So if you're new to AMC and GameStop, what happened today after hours is actually the least damaging that we've seen since we've been in this since January. So congratulations, you made it through your first manipulative after hours. Congratulations. How do you feel? Jacked? Very good. So the calculator is down. It says unavailable. Please try again later. So I will do just that. So in the meantime, I figured I'd discuss a couple of things. This is going to be part one. I'll be bringing you another part to this. And what we're looking at is a submission for OMB Review, Part 1, Exchange Traded Funds Review, ETF. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, what the hell does this mean? That's why I'm going to explain it. So what's the OMB and what's an ETF? So the OMB is the Office of Management and Budget. It is the largest office within the Executive Office of the President of the United States. So Mr. Biden. An exchange traded fund is a type of security that tracks an index, sector, commodity, or other asset. Other asset, but which can be purchased or sold on a stock exchange the same as a regular stock. ETFs trade actively throughout the day on an exchange. ETFs offered by open-end management companies do not have a specified number of shares offered, meaning the open-end management company can issue and redeem shares at their discretion. Now, where do we see a lot of this activity going on? Citadel. Okay, so OMB functions. The functions of the OMB. They budget development and execution, management, including oversight of agency performance, procurement, financial management, and information technology, coordination and review of all significant federal regulations from executive agencies, private policy, information policy, and review and assessment of information collection requests, which number 3 is going to be the relevant one for us. Number 4, clearance and coordination of legislative and other materials, including agency testimony, legislative proposals, and other communications with Congress, and coordination of other presidential actions. Clearance of presidential executive orders and memoranda to agency heads prior to their issuance. So really, the only relevant one here is going to be number 3, possibly number 4, but number 3 primarily. So what does this all mean? So Section 11A of the Investment Company Act of 1940 provides that it is unlawful for a registered open-end investment company, otherwise known as an ETF, or its underwriter, Citadel, to make an offer to the fund's shareholders or the shareholders of any other fund to exchange the fund's securities for securities of the same or another fund. Now, why that's worded very oddly, what it's saying is that Citadel's got how many LLCs under it? Probably like, what, 8, 9, 10, if not more. So it's pretty much saying that what they've been doing with the ETF market is unlawful because they're moving shares around, as we've seen in Stonko Tracker, to short AMC and GameStop. So this OMB request, in essence, is going to look into this law being broken, which Section 11A was designed to prevent switching, the practice of inducing shareholders of one fund to exchange their shares for the shares of another fund for the purpose of exacting additional sales charges. We see this all the time. People with multiple LLCs like Citadel are going to be reviewed by the OMB when it comes to Section 11A, a rule they've clearly been violating. This is just part 1. They're also going to look into the OTC market, which is the following we're going to take a look at. So good to see the SEC stepping up and trying to get a clear idea of what's going on. I hope this isn't just a charade and they actually go through with this and hold these people accountable. I'm sure Ken Griffin's got some connection to the OMB. It seems like the guy's in bed with everybody. So we'll have to see what comes out of this. But that is interesting that they're looking into it, because I thought that was an area of this they would never look into. But according to this, it's already been submitted for request. This should be published tomorrow. The OMB should be taking a look into the ETF market, and I hope they do a good job looking, because it's not hard to find anything. So in essence, ETFs are highly manipulated. The OTC market is highly manipulated. This is why AMC and GameStop follow each other so closely. So for those of you who had an Eureka moment earlier when I was describing an ETF, they're designed to follow other securities. So you can see now how Citadel has been reallocating these shares throughout these ETFs to make it in a way where we follow each other. So that's it. It makes sense. I've always thought this was the case. And the OTC as well, it plays a part in that as well. So, but there you have it. they're going to be looking into ETF manipulation, into these rules that have clearly been broken. There's been switching going on clearly, so awesome. Part 2 coming up, and as soon as the Fidelity calculator fixes itself, I will provide an update there as well. I guess it must be too jacked for tomorrow. Talk to y'all in a minute.